Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, we're going to be doing a short and sweet video tutorial on how I color in a blonde ombre hairstyle. So before I get started in the video, I just want to kind of excuse myself. I am a bit stuffy. I have been sick with the flu for the past week. And I kind of just drew her and got the idea to draw her hair and kind of make a video out of it when I was like halfway through my flu, I don't know, sickness, I guess you can call it. So the colors that I'm using for her blonde hair, I've divided into 3 different categories. So we've got the highlighter colors, the medium colors, and the shadow colors. So of course I'm using Faber-Castell Polychromos pencil crayons. For the medium color, which is the pencil crayon that you see me drawing right now, for the most part of her hair strands, is the raw umber. This is a nice tone for blonde. It's a very nice medium tone. For sort of like the darker medium tones, I am also using the nougat color. And then for the highlighter or the highlight color, I'm using the Ivory. So this is a really nice sort of a light beige ivory color, which goes really well with the actual raw umber to get sort of like the highlights of the actual hair strand. For the darker shades in her hair, I am using primarily the burnt umber. So this is sort of like a darker brown or dirty blonde, you can kind of associate it with. I'm also using a little bit of a burnt sienna. So this burnt kind of gives an auburn sheen to her hair. So although it's supposed to be blonde, there are certain areas where the dark and the blonde combines together, which kind of creates shades of a sort of auburn, kind of a reddish glow in her hair. So I'm using the burnt sienna for this. And then for the darkest areas of her hair, like the shadowy areas, I'm just using a regular black. So to start off the drawing, I would just basically give you this tip right off the bat, and I think it's very important because you kind of want to just start with this tip right away. When you're starting to draw your hair, you want to use a medium color. So I use the raw umber, and I think just this color captures the blonde the best. And immediately right off the bat, you just want to kind of preserve the highlights of the hair. So do study the hair if you're using a reference photo, if you're using a live model, see where the shiny parts of the hair are, and kind of work your way around these highlighted areas. So you'll see in some of the strands, I begin with the raw umber, and I already kind of map out sort of the highlighted area. So these are the lightest parts of the hair strands, and I don't want to color that in. I want to keep that blank for now. So kind of just work your way around that. And that's initially like sort of like the first step to actually creating the hair. So you want to put down the first layer of color, primarily your medium color, and you kind of just want to preserve the highlights of the hair. Another tip would be to actually start your drawing or your sketching of the hair strands from the root of the hair. So usually at the top of her skull is the best place to start working. In this actual sketch, I did not do that. I started with the bottom of her hair strand, so I worked by sections. Typically, honestly guys, I think that it's really up to you which direction you want to go. You just want to make sure that you preserve the natural flow of the hair. So you can either work from the top of the skull and just kind of, you know, flow downwards, or from the bottom of the hair strand and flow upwards. Typically though, it is advised that you start from the very top and like sort of the root of the hair, and you kind of push the pencil downwards. This just preserves a more natural flow of the hair strand, and you can also lighten your pencil stroke as you near the bottom of the hair strand. So this will actually give a more natural look as well. So once you've sort of established the medium color in her hair and you've highlighted the special highlight areas of the actual hair, you can then proceed by adding extra layers of shadow. So I use the nougat color, which is a darker shade of my medium, and I also used the burnt umber as well as the special kind of auburn burnt sienna color to kind of just add more depth to the hair. I added more layers with that, and again, at this point you kind of want to really study your reference photo or your model to really try to get those shadows in. And like I always say, I'm really not perfect at this yet. I'm still learning how to draw hair. I just thought I would show you guys sort of like my technique that I'm using right now. I am 100% not perfect, and there's a lot of room for improvement in terms of my actual technique, but this is just sort of the things that I've been learning recently, and I just wanted to kind of share. Something that's also quite important is that you want to make sure your pencils are always super sharp. So you don't want to have dull pencil strokes. You want to have nice, sharp, clean edges. This also brings more sort of emphasis on the kind of realism of the hair, so you want to always keep your pencils super, super, super sharp. Another sort of tip is when you're working these shadows, you want to kind of add more pressure. As you're building the shadows, the darkest areas of the hair, kind of like the lowlights or just the shadows of the hair, you want to really put extra pressure on your pencil. This will just darken the actual area, and I did use this a lot for the black in her hair, which kind of shows up at the top of her head as well as underneath her kind of jaw area, next to her neck. So I did put a lot more pressure. This will just kind of erase the sort of white of the paper beneath it. You want to kind of get it as natural as possible, and it's just easier if you put more added pressure onto the actual shadows. And that's basically it, guys. I used this technique over and over again, from the left side of her head to the right side of her head, and I just basically built upon it. I guess the most important thing, if you guys watch this video, is to learn basically you want to just keep adding layers. You want to pay attention to the highlights, to the lowlights, to the darkest parts of the hair, to the curvature and the movement of the hair. You kind of just want to kind of follow the movement and just pay attention to all of these sort of values, these color values. And this is probably one of the most important things, and probably one of the hardest things to learn, especially when drawing hair. And again, I'm definitely not perfect at this. I'm learning it myself. I always say in my videos that I'm not a professional, that you guys are basically seeing just me growing as an artist. So I think, yeah, I don't know, if you guys have any more tricks and tips on how to draw hair, if you guys are hair experts with pencil crayons, please share below in the comments. I would love to read them and see what your experience is with drawing hair. Do you guys have any other tips, any other tricks, maybe things I could improve on, kind of things that would make my life easier? I guess if you have any sort of advice in that regards, it's definitely appreciate it. So yeah, basically for the rest of the video, I hope you guys enjoy it. Give this video a nice thumbs up if you guys have enjoyed it, and don't forget to subscribe for a lot more video tutorials and streams and all kinds of crazy art stuff. Thank you guys so much for your support. I love you guys, and yeah, wish you guys all a happy, merry upcoming Christmas. I don't know, I don't have really that many plans happening, but yeah, I most likely will be uploading videos before then, but it doesn't harm to start wishing for, you know, having a Merry Christmas already. So yeah, enjoy the rest of the video, and I wish you guys a lovely, lovely day.
Tell me when summer's back, sun-bleached hair and sunburned back. Tell me when the long days are here, sunset evenings and night skies so clear. Please let the warm nights return, 'cause I deeply, deeply yearn to let a campfire burn. In the winter, love slips away, but in the summer, it comes back to stay. Have you still not had enough? Are you waiting here for love? We're all in this together. This feeling stays forever. Don't you worry, it hits you every year again. Are you waiting here for love? 'Cause you've still not had enough. Have you still not had enough? After a little sunset picnic, we start walking through our district. We are listening to symphonies from singing birds with gorgeous melodies. Summer feeling surrounds us entirely. Enjoy everyone's serenity. Please let the warm nights return, 'cause I deeply, deeply yearn to let a campfire burn. In the winter, love slips away, but in summer, it comes back to stay. Have you still not had enough? Are you waiting here for love? We're all in this together. This feeling stays forever. Don't you worry, it hits you every year again. Are you waiting here for love? 'Cause you've still not had enough. Have you still not had enough? Have you still not had enough? Has it been long? Have you been gone long? Or how many times have you been wrong? Now you're listening to this song. Has it been long? Have you been gone long? Or how many times have you been wrong? And you've still not had enough. Are you waiting here for love? We're all in this together. This feeling stays forever. Don't you worry, it hits you every year again.